Okay, another video from my YouTube page, which was asked by my subscribers. This picture right here, right? I'm gonna explain it. You got the Capitol, Washington D.C. You got the fire signifying the riots that happened last year. You got hurricanes that are coming in right here. In November 2020, there was UFOs reported above the White House where it dispatched the Air Force. Now, this I drew in prison in 2019. I actually showed the inmates around my block and everything. Um, this right here, the clock, stands for time. Now you see this paper right here, the one that's split in half, basically means there's no deal. Like, corruption is causing the death of not only the world, is causing the death of countries, causing the death of people that used to love countries that now hate it. But that's what that signifies. But yeah, I drew all this in 2019. Now, there was somebody driving down the highway around the White House, or driving down the street from the White House, and they seen a triangular object in the sky. I don't know exactly what date it is, but it was in 2020 sometime. And then after that, more storms hit to where basically America got flooded. Now this one, right? You see the little triangle thing? Like, you know, the Dorito type thing that everybody says that the Air Force has that's top secret. That's not triangle. That's like, yeah, it's triangle, but it's not pyramid. Stuff I see is pyramids, like actual pyramid, like an actual like a Egyptian type pyramid, but in the sky, just like that. That's the same type of object that was recorded above the White House last year, before the other ones in November, which I drew in 2019, just like this one. Now you see this thing right here? It's a life alert box. It's a heart rate meter, pulse reader. Basically, the United States is on, not only the United States, the world is on life support. Corruption's killing the earth. Lies is killing the earth. Ignorance is killing the earth. That's what people don't realize. This, my friend, I drew in 2019. Now to the next one. What rises will always fall, right? What's built can always be destroyed. You see all that? That's America right there. You see the fire? Signifies stuff. You see this right here, the graveyard? Now what it says in the graveyard is dreams, innocence, fairness, truth, hope, purity, and patriotism. America strips that from people. They do stuff to people that used to believe in all this that no longer believe in it. They no longer are patriots of this country. They always see the lies of this country because the country never tells the truth. They lose hope in America, including the citizens, because some citizens are too brainwashed. But this is America on fire right now. Everything's on fire. The government, citizens, everything. Like, angry, fire. Drew this in 2019 too. Now this is a good one to anybody that is into that whole Mars landing stuff. But then if you took notice to what NASA actually just recently put out of a long object that they found coming out the solar system, entering the solar system, that made whistling sounds like, right? Well, on Red Dead Redemption, when I used to play online, I used to always do this in the headset. I used to do, right? Like a, but that was like my little calling card. Now, I can tell you the Mars landing's fake. recently sent a 3D photo of a long object that was circling like around the Earth, and it was around the moon and stuff like that. Now, that's because if you look there, where is it? There. There's a portal behind the moon. That's how these things travel so fast. Not only that, they're not coming in peace. You might think you know what you're talking about, but I can tell you for a fact they're not coming in peace. They were coming in peace, but now they're not. That's why you see so much more of them. That's why the military, the Pentagon, starting to release information to the public that they even killed John F. Kennedy for. John F. Kennedy got killed for trying to expose extraterrestrials. That he tried to basically tell the secrets of Area 51 to the public to make the public more knowledgeable about stuff that's going on, right? The government knew that could have caused mass panic, so they killed John F. Kennedy, the president. Well, in 1963. But also, if you looked on my page or on my TikTok, the yellow one, like the orangish one that I took a picture of at the Opportunity House in Reading, Pennsylvania, that was actually during a winter storm in November or January, one of those two. The blue, the elongated one that was in the sky with the blue and green light, I had to zoom in on my phone. It really sucked the picture, but there was a group of people I showed that to that were actually there that I showed them that in the sky. Also, I told people in prison about that in 2019. Also, I told the FBI about it when he asked me if I made alien contact. I told him, I was like, I need to tell you more stuff, but I didn't trust the detective that was interrogating me. That's when I wrote NASA down in Washington, D.C. I do know critical information, stuff that your government doesn't even, well, the United States government don't even know. Because I told them about UFOs, right? A year and some change before they actually got there. Because it was actually all planned out. Just like every other time I seen them. I know every time they're going to come. Every single time that they're going to come and I'm going to see them, I know every time. And I know exactly what's going to happen to your planet after that. Every time they come, something bad's going to happen. That's what you don't realize. But if you looked at the picture on I think it's one of my, I got it on here on YouTube and on TikTok. I compared it to a military photo of Mount Rainier of a UFO that the military took. It's actually a military photo. I took the exact same type, besides there was a snowstorm going on, and the reason why it was orange was because of this right here. It shot out the moon. I mean, not the moon, the sun, I'm sorry. It shot out the sun. That's why the surrounding of it, you can even see the shape of it. It was orange because it shot from the sun. That day, I was actually really upset and mad. I was just holding my anger in. This again right here, I drew in prison in 2019. Just saying. Now for a short break, I want to read you guys a poem. So when everybody says I'm on crazy stuff or I'm violent, I made a poem for a little kid I seen on the TV when I was in prison. It was on the, let me see, I think it was the Heidi and Jenner show, or Heidi and Jenner, something like that. In 2019, it was this little girl that skateboards. I want to see if you guys like it. It says, little skateboard girl, life's a struggle, so strap yourselves in tight, but don't break the buckle. Positivity is great, even if you make a mistake, regain yourself and then turn that mistake into something great. Take every day like it could be your last, so be like the little skateboard girl and have a blast. Life can be short, so don't waste it. Run toward it so fast, screw smelling it, you could taste it. The world is a clock and time's almost out, so have faith while everyone screams and shouts. Be like the little skateboard girl and have a blast. Just because you don't win the competition doesn't mean you're last. And just because you're first doesn't mean you had a blast. So a moral is to be like the little skateboard girl and enjoy the little things and have fun, because in the end, you'll be number one. I wrote that for some girl that brought me from having a bad day to I laughed at the joke she made. So I made her a poem while I was locked up. I seen her skateboarding on the TV. She was like 8 years old from California. She was like Hawaiian and I think she was Hawaiian and Chinese or something like that. Now, back onto the other stuff. This right here is signifying wind and water. This signifies fire. This signifies the unjust killings over in Palestine. It's unjust. You shouldn't be murdering people to steal their land. And when you say they're fighting you or they're terrorizing Israel, Israel's doing stuff to them. They stole the Palestinian land. The Palestinians didn't steal Israel's land. So the reason why more weather events with water and fire are springing up all around the planet are because it's equal in everything out. More evil deeds you do that you support on the planet, the more bad stuff's gonna happen. So it's leveling out a little bit. I could tell you that, and I also drew this back in 2019 too. This right here, it's a serpent, a demon. This, what do you call it? A person of hell. You see that right there? It says, "Welcome to America." You see the fire and stuff like that? See the sky with the smoke? You see that little portal? See, the thing is, people don't realize that I know a lot more knowledge than what I say about a lot of stuff. Whether it's corruption, whether it's about extraterrestrials, whether it's about a lot of stuff, actually. The world's not going to get better. It's not. It's sad, but it's not. There's too much evil on the planet. Way too much. Too many people claim to be religious, claim to have faith in God, claim to be something or not. They're just using it as a label. Like, if you're a Christian, like, I'm Muslim. My religious belief is Islam. But I don't got nothing against no other religious beliefs. But if you're in a religion where it's okay to commit mass murder, then you need to double check your religion. You need to start doing research for yourself. Like, what Israel's doing is mass murder. The United States is backing that up. There ain't nothing's justifiable in that. Nothing at all. Like, there's kids dying every day over there. And a lot of people support it. But then when these people that you're killing come and commit an attack against you, you call them the terrorists. Last I thought, a United States law and then UN law and worldwide, if you fund or in any way give aid or support to terrorist attacks, you're a terrorist. So for your support for that type of stuff happening, you're a terrorist. But that's on that subject. Now this one right here. You see that? You see that? Let me see if I can get it closer. That's the North Pole. That's the North Pole. Polar ice caps melting at a dramatic rate. They don't know why. They don't know how. They said the temperatures are rising so fast that the polar ice caps are melting like at 100% process rate. Like, it's 100% faster. It's because your world's ending. Honestly, it is. It's ending because of your own corruption. It's ending because of your own stupidity. Honestly. Now, in 2014, that's some of my drawings. I still got more, but I'm going to try to make this video only like 20 minutes for a re-up video. 2014, after a failed murder attempt on my life, I was driving up Route 501 in Bethel Township, Pennsylvania. I had broken ribs. My car was smashed in. I went to this cabin to the left of 501. It's 9500 Lancaster Avenue. That's where the same man that framed me lived. I went to a little cabin there. I spilled my guts out about everything. Stuff good I did, stuff bad I did, stuff I was trying to do, the corruption that was stopping me from doing it. And as I was sitting there, I drew this out and sent this to NASA down in Washington, D.C. Not the National Security Administration, to NASA, the space program. You know, the people that were with the giant telescopes and stuff. And I felt like something was watching me. But the only thing to my right was a large drop off of like cliff-type mountain to where you're 35, 40 minutes away from Redding driving. But from that mountain, you could see Redding. That's how high it is. So I was sitting there going through all this stuff, and I was upset, angry, and stuff like that. And basically, I looked to my right because I felt something like burning a hole in my face, like something was staring at me. And like when I looked, I seen this giant metal object. It looked metal. I don't know if it was metal, but it looked like it was metal. It was probably a bus and a half long, like wide, like a bus, an actual like school bus and a half of it. So 1.5 school buses long, and it was a giant circle. It had this lens. It looked like a lens or like some type of glass in the middle of it to where it looked like an eyeball. And as I go to start turning my head at it, I got scared. It was my first time ever seeing anything like that. So I jumped out my car, and when I looked at it, it like flashed a red light at me like it took a picture of my face. It bounced like this and went doo-doo, and then it shot straight up. About maybe 8 to 10 seconds after that, these 3 lights, they illuminated in a triangular shape. And one by one, they shot across. They were higher, but they shot across one by one exactly where that giant object was at. And the night, it was November 2014, so the sky's open, it's clear for the most part at night, besides when there's like a snowstorm coming in and stuff like that. And I seen these things. They stopped exactly where that object was at, and they shot straight up. I literally watched them leave Earth. Now, the ISS satellite in November 2014, and they did it one by one. It was one by one. And they moved like that. Literally, it was like that. It wasn't no like a plane. It was like from one side of the sky, boop, and then boop. It was really fast. It was like that. Well, all 3 of them did it one by one. It wasn't the triangle moved this. It was one by one. It was 3 different crafts. When I got arrested in 2019, the FBI agent asked me one question: if I made alien contact. I told him, yeah, I've been having it's like an everyday thing. It's not just one day. Like if I go certain places at certain times, stuff happens. If I'm in the mountains around or in the area where I first made contact or where they know I've been, my sugar drops to where I start going to sleep. I don't go into like a diabetic thing. I'm not diabetic. I start falling asleep. See, the thing is, when they abduct you, they basically get your heart rate to drop through magnetic pulses. They hit your body with magnetic like pulses that are sent out to slow down your heart rate, so when they take you, your heart doesn't explode from leaving the planet. But back to the ISS satellite. In November 2014, the ISS satellite in space picked up 3 objects leaving the world's atmosphere at the exact time and day that I came in first contact with aliens. Now, mind you, I never did this before. I never experienced anything like that before. So I was scared. Like, after that happened, I started my car. I forgot about my whole, complaining and stuff like that. I burned out and went directly to bed. Like, I was scared. I was shaking and everything. I didn't know what the fuck happened. I never seen nothing that fast. I seen jets. I seen planes. I seen all types of stuff. But this smokes that. Like, literally, this makes that look slow. And they were higher up. They weren't low. They were high. Because I seen them up close, too. But that's my first encounter. And, like, there was like an everyday occurrence type thing. If I would go outside from one time to a certain time, exactly at that spot, the same ones will come. If I was at work, when I used to do maintenance at a truck stop, I would literally point them out to people sometimes. Like, yo, keep an eye on that. It's going to be going in like 10 minutes. Just keep on. No, that's a star. It's not going to leave until one of them left. And then my coworker went crazy, went missing, and became a meth addict. But because he was scared. This is just a opening up video. I'm gonna go into more about my experiences. I'm trying to figure out how I could upload my photos that I took off my cell phone and my fiance's cell phone. If anybody knows how to do that, can you help me out? You all have a good day. I'm gonna try to tell you guys as much as I know to keep you guys safe. But the thing is, what people don't realize is the world failed judgment. That's why everything's happening. Everything's happening because the world was judged in November 2014. Everything that's happening is just a stage of the world ending. See, what people don't realize is you're putting your own personal greed, your own personal corruption beyond doing what's right. You're putting your country beyond humanity. You're putting your whatever beyond humanity. You're not supposed to not care. The world's supposed to be one. Not one religion. Well, in certain religions, yes. They wanted one religion. But the thing is, the creator of life made everybody different for a reason. We're supposed to get along in harmony. We're not supposed to be killing each other, doing all that dumb stuff. The world was judged in November 2014. The world completely failed it. Everything that's taken place is just stages. Now, there's going to be 3 more waves of COVID to where it's going to escalate, right? After every wave of COVID, it's a real disease. It's a real sickness. But the thing is, the government doesn't want to tell you what caused it. It wasn't no scientist in the lab. It wasn't no doctor, no none of that stuff. COVID gives like a magnetic type sickness. Magnetic type sickness comes off of extraterrestrial vehicles. Look it up in military documents and all that. The government is lying to people. There ain't no vaccine for it, no nothing. But there's going to be 3 more waves of it. After every wave, natural disasters are going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And the world's tension is going to get even worse. Between countries and people, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. It could get better, but the thing is, in order for it to get better, it's going to collapse a couple countries because of corruption. That's why they don't want to fix it. I told the FBI the day I got arrested, Agent Sean Dowd, the counterterrorism FBI agent from Harrisburg, I told him how to fix it. He didn't want to listen. Matthew Templin, Jonestown State Police, I told him how to fix it. He tried to make me look crazy. Until I wrote that 4-page letter to NASA down in Washington, D.C., and I told them about stuff before they even found out it was there. I drew pictures of it, everything. I even got a copy of that. I'm going to put that on my next video, though. The whole letter that I wrote to NASA down in Washington, D.C. Everything that's on it. Even descriptions of the UFOs and everything. And the thing is, when the stuff started happening, and how they backtracked everything, it's what got me out of prison. But You gotta start fighting for something. You gotta start standing up for something. And the thing is, a country, a flag, that's not nothing good to stand up for, because look at all the innocent people you guys kill under that flag. Stand up for humanity. Stand up for equal rights. Stand up for truth. Don't stand up for something that lies to you all the time. But you all have a good day. I'm going to do another video soon, hopefully. You all be safe out there.